Guys, what's going on? In this video, I want to talk about the downside of running paid ads. And for those of you that know me, have followed my content, that you know that my strategy is to go fast. My strategy is to pre-sell. My strategy is to use paid ads to speed up the process, to flip it on its head, go and get the deal, sign the contract, get the credit card, and then build out the property. Right? And for those of you that are like, what language is this guy speaking? Maybe you're brand new to this channel, you have no idea what I'm talking about. You need to go and watch some of the other videos because the traditional model is called rank and rent, right? You build a simple website in a local niche, you rank it on Google, phone calls start coming in. This is theoretically, right? Phone calls start coming in, you take the phone calls, you work with the business owner, you start patching them to them directly, you forward the calls, you put a deal together, boom, 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 that's how you do it, right? So for those of you, I'm just giving that backdrop for those that are maybe new to this channel. What I do, what I teach, my philosophy, how I was able to scale my business to 7 figures, my agency, not my coaching program, my actual agency, my lead generation, my local lead generation agency, is I used and harnessed and figured out how to use paid ads to speed the process up, test markets using paid ads, and get the business owner to agree and pay before I even built the website, okay? So just as a little bit of some context for those of you that may be new. And so paid ads is how I do it, right? Paid ads is the way that you can literally go into a market and you can artificially see what it would look like if you were to rank that website, right? Because instead of having to wait 6 months to rank for Las Vegas concrete, now I can go and in 2 days, I can pay my way to the top, I can pay to play, and I can start getting phone calls and I can start sending them to business owners and lock down a deal. And I can kind of see, are there enough calls coming in? What kind of, are the business owners hungry in the area? All these different things. I could basically go in and test the market before I even have to go and build a website, buy a domain, buy a tracking number, all these different things. Well, I do buy a tracking number even though I don't build a website, but that's a nuance. So I want to talk on this video about the downside of running ads. And I'm kind of on this kick right now, you may have noticed in my content, of just like not only highlighting the good, right? And even though I don't ever feel like I'm hiding the bad, I want to almost focus on the things that are the downsides to this model, A, and the strategy that I use, which is paid advertising in the beginning to pre-sell and then build out the website on the back end. And I want to do this because I'm tired of seeing content. I'm tired of seeing gurus. I'm tired of seeing everyone talking and just highlighting the good about their business model or their product or their this or their that. And we all know inherently that if something doesn't have a downside, then it's just a scam, right? There has to be, there's always trade-offs, right? There's always trade-offs. And so I think that at this point where I'm at in my career and in my lead generation journey and where I'm at with my coaching program and everything else is I just want to earn people's trust by saying, hey, look, this isn't a perfect business model. There is no perfect business model. It is very good, but there are downsides. And even with what I do, which is I use paid advertising to speed the process up and curb some of the downsides, like waiting 6 months, all these different things, there are still some downsides. And so I want to talk about that in this video. I want to talk about the downside of running paid ads, okay? So, and my goal is to gain your trust, right? And if this is the first video you're watching, go watch all the rest of them because it's, only time will tell. If I'm being honest, if I'm a complete scam, if I'm just another, person like that. I'm just trying to gain your trust by highlighting things that are real, that are the truth, okay? So I'll tell you this. The downside to running ads is simple. And that is that you can spend a lot of money very quickly and if you don't know what you're doing and have nothing to show for it, okay? And that's the honest truth. And I've actually learned this the hard way. I've spent, in fact, I will try to get a screenshot of my ad account, at least one of them, and I've spent over I think at this point over $1.4 million because I've done exactly what I'm talking about. I've set up paid ads. I got a little bit too, gung ho, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh my gosh, I just spent a couple $100 and I got nothing because I wasn't paying attention, or I didn't set it up properly, or oh man, we set this up in the wrong city that has the same name, or sorry, the wrong state, same city, right city, wrong state, running ads, and all of a sudden, oh my heck, right? So the biggest downside of running ads is that if you're not careful and you don't know what you're doing, you can spend a lot of money very quickly and have nothing to show for it. And that's the truth, right? And so I want to tell you guys that if you listen to my content and you hear what I'm saying, you have to realize that I have spent $1.4 million learning how to do paid advertising. And so for those of you that have not done any at all, by the way, I have someone knocking on my door. Adikam, wait, Adikam. Yeah? Sorry, I want to finish this video. The short of it is, I have spent the money to learn the paid advertising, and even then I've still made the mistakes. I've still, messed up. And I just want you guys to know that if you're going to get into this, if you're going to get into this model and do it the way that I teach, the way that I think is the correct way, to go in and test the market, to go and have the business owner pay for your website, your project, essentially, they're funding it. You have to remember that you need to know what you're doing. You need to get some training, or you either need to, like I always say, you either need to pay the piper yourself by spending the money, learning the lessons the hard way, or you need to pay somebody who's paid the piper, like myself, like somebody else that can teach you paid ads. And that's the only two options. So you either need to learn it the hard way through trial and error like I did, or you need to go and find somebody that can teach you. Otherwise, you're just throwing money into the wind. Okay, so this is a downside, and if you're not careful, you can spend a lot of money very quickly. And I just want you guys to know, before you just go and start cranking up ads and then come and in my Facebook group or my comments, I started running ads and I didn't get anything. That's the reality. That is the downside. But if you know what you're doing, it can be very lucrative. It's what allowed me to scale to 7 figures. So guys, this is all I got for you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.